Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, cheerleaders, welcome to the episode of Tatami Talk. My name is Juan. This is my partner, Anthony. This is a judo podcast for judo players by two judo players. So as you can see, I'm back in my location. My original place was supposed to be shooting at, and Anthony now is in a non-disclosed secure location filming this week.
Yeah, so I cut it out last episode because you're like, oh, are you gonna go do this and that? And I was like, oh, I don't want
I
people to know
know.
where I am.
You told me.
Yeah. And actually some people figured it out through not through that episode, but like
uh,
from our mutual connections. So
yeah.
they're like, oh, are you gonna come train? Are you gonna do this? And I was just like a little bit overwhelmed.
Mm-hmm.
But now like I had a family was sick, a family member was sick, and sadly they passed away. So I had to deal with that. That's why I didn't want too many people messaging me at the time. I
Mm-hmm.
was really busy answering other messages from family members and friends. So yeah, so I am in the Maryland, DC area. Um, and the funny thing, I was just telling you this before we started recording. I did show up to one judo club. It's a Sensei Victor's club in Shillington, the Kogai Island Academy.
Yeah, you had to
And
cross state lines just to do judo.
yeah, all the closest judo places are in Virginia. So for those who are unfamiliar, like the DC, Maryland, Virginia area is commonly referred to as Northern Virginia area, basically, because Maryland's too small, right? So um, I used to live in Virginia, so I had to drive to Virginia to go for judo. All the places are during rush hour, like during the weekday, it's an hour and a half drive. So I went on a weekend, which only took me 35 minutes to get there, but
Mm-hmm.
the drive back was like 2 hours, and that wasn't always the case. Last time I
You paid
came, they
for it.
did,
You paid for it on the way back this time. All right. You got 30
yeah,
minutes there. You got to pay for it coming back.
yeah. So those from the area know they are fixing the GW Parkway because I think that's something they were just like pushing out for a long time, and then it flooded one time, and it
Mm-hmm.
just like screwed over the whole area. So now they're like finally redoing the highway, and they basically closed off one direction in traffic and split the two lanes in the other side into two, so it goes two
Mm-hmm.
directions. So there's only one lane going each direction, and it took me 2 hours to get back, and I'm just like, I don't know if it's worth it, especially since I'm so out of shape. I was unable to keep up with practice, and I was getting my ass handed to me by people, and um, so I figured I might as well just stay near here and go to BJJ class. So
Yeah.
that's what I'm gonna do, is
What
stay in the Maryland area.
you're not doing no yoga, no running, no extra lifting on the side, lifting some trees. What?
I could, but just haven't been in the mood. Like I've been
Uh,
just so burnt out from everything. Um, And it's been good on my body. Like my back hasn't been hurting, my shoulder hasn't been hurting, my rib hasn't been hurting. My cough kind of recovered. I was telling you that. So
uh-huh.
it's it was good for my body. So I just kind of slept in on weekends and that helped too.
Hmm.
Um, but yeah, I'll be returning soon. I'm glad I got to record this episode. Like I have this like mini rig jigged up right here using this like wireless microphone. Um, the question is how I'm going to edit this. That's That's going to be the next question.
Oh, it's gonna
And
be like no editing. It's just gonna be a raw episode we're putting out there for
it might
people.
be, but this laptop I'm using is really old. It's from, let's see, how old is it? It struggles to live stream our scrimmages.
Oh, that
Yeah,
laptop you're using.
that
Okay,
one.
that one.
Yeah,
All right.
it's from 2012.
Hmm.
Yeah. So it's over 10 years old. Um, and I actually was thinking about buying a new laptop.
Yeah.
So I might go down to the mall later and buy a new laptop
Oh, you're going
because
to the mall? That's such a Midwest thing for you
the
to do, to go to the
the
mall and hang out on the
the
weekends.
the sales tax is like 4% lower here.
Is it? Hey, get
So
me one too while you're out there
so
then.
I would save like $150 if I bought it out here. So
Uh-huh.
the only problem is I have to carry it back. But that's what I was considering. I might do that. But I would do it right now. But for those who are in the tech industry and who for those who are Apple fanboys, I'm not an Apple fanboy. I actually hate Apple, but
You're
Apple
just an Apple user.
they make the best laptops. They're the only people. I mean, I only buy the laptops. That's the only thing I buy from them. because I can't. My unbiased opinion is nobody can beat them on the laptop side.
Mm-hmm.
They're overpriced, but the hardware is just that good. So WWDC is this coming week, on Monday, starting. So I want to see if they're going to announce any discounts, and then I'm going
Mm-hmm.
to go to the mall to buy it after. That's
Okay.
what I'm waiting on. Also, for those who are interested, the Federal Reserve is going to have a meeting this coming week. So I'm
So for
I'm
interest
going
rates to
to
come down in
yeah,
America.
and see, I think they're going to stay the same, but my a bunch of my CDs, my certificate deposits just matured. So I have a
Mm-hmm.
lot of money to reinvest somewhere. And I'm like, I'm going to hold off and see what happens to the interest rates before I decide where to put it.
Uh-huh.
So yeah, that's my life out here right now. Looking at investments and online shopping, I guess.
Well, it sounds fun. So for me personally, I've just been taking over your classes. I've been doing all
Mhm.
your classes. I actually had a parent the other day that thought that we didn't have Saturday classes anymore, and they called and they're like, are they still doing Saturdays?" Like, yes, we are still
I
doing
sent an
Saturdays.
I don't
I'm
understand. I sent
here.
an email out. I sent an email out. I don't know why people don't check their emails.
Yeah.
But
Well, actually, one of our students, it's funny. One of our students during the week of USA National and the Golden State Open, we sent an email up and that dojo's closed on
mhm.
Saturday. And you told me that he came to the dojo and was like, "Where's everybody
Yeah,
at? Why is the gate locked?" Or like, I guess choir was there or whatever, he got in or whatever. But it
yeah.
was like, "Why is the gate locked?" And then he realized, "Oh, this is a weekend of tournament." And he asked him, "Didn't you get the email?" He's like, "Yeah, but it
He
goes to my
texted me.
junk
Yeah,
email." He's like, "It goes to my junk email
yeah.
that I don't check or use." So I was like,
I don't know
"Great."
why you would do that because we don't spam people. And
Mm,
every email that we send out is either even the automated ones. I set it up where it's important, like your membership expired. Hey, you haven't showed up for 2 weeks. Um, and then dojo's closed, dojo party. Like I'm not sending you stuff like, hey, refer your friend and get 10% off on your next month. Like I'm not sending any of that stuff, so I don't understand why people do that. But I guess it's understandable. But then this is going to happen then,
yeah.
and it's the fact that I'm gone for. I think this is the longest I've been gone from the dojo. Right? It feels like it's been months, but I think it's only been 2 weeks.
No, it's been more than 2 weeks. It's almost 3 weeks now. I want to say it's
Yeah.
almost a month.
Okay. Yeah, I think this is the longest I've been away from the dojo, and it's interesting to see whether the automated stuff I set up holds up. So when I'm not here, the dojo can like people can handle taking over.
Mhm.
And I'm too scared to ask about the kids class, so I'm just gonna wait till I come back before I ask. So don't tell me, I don't want to know.
It'd be a surprise.
Yeah, yeah, the kids class is my main worry. So I have not been asking about that. I can't mentally think about that right now. But um, yeah, that's that.
All right, well
So
that's the Tommy Talk life right there for you. So let's get into some stuff. So the last episode we did was on the weekend of May 19th, which was the week we did an interview with Rossi Rascal. That same week was the 2024 World Judo Championships, which we talked about before. It's kind of weird that they're
mhm.
having that this year because it's an Olympic year. Normally they don't have World Championships on the same year as Olympic year, but they
Yeah,
did.
I
So
can't get it. I can't find it. I was trying to find out why that's happening, but
I told you, sports
yeah,
washing.
whatever.
All right. But yeah, I would say real low. I don't want to get canceled by nobody or someone trying to kill me. All right. But
This is why Shintaro has the IJF like judo TV sponsorship and we don't.
and we don't. We no,
Because we can.
we call shit out, okay? It's just how it is, all right?
Yeah.
We're honest, which I did find out from a fan that they appreciate how honest we are that I met.
Oh,
So
this is the funny thing. The day that I was supposed to go to do judo, Shintaro was actually in town doing a clinic,
mhm,
but I could not make the 10 a.m. time. So because they actually canceled the regular class and moved it up so that the
mhm.
clinic time, I just couldn't do it. So I'm like, I'm not paying $80 to miss out on like the first 2 hours of the clinic. So I just like went somewhere else. But yeah, anyway, continue.
All right. So that Queens World Championships. Let's just go over some stats that happened that weekend, okay? So
Hmm.
the team that took first place in just overall medal standings. So Japan took first place, of course. All right, with 10 medals. They took 4 gold, 2 silver, and 4 bronze. In second place, might surprise some people, was Georgia. Georgia
Hmm.
took in total they took 5 medals, 2 gold, 1 silver, 2 bronze. That's kind of cool. Third place might surprise some people as well because it was Korea, South Korea, not North Korea. I haven't seen North Korea compete in a long ass time, so it's South Korea. All right. So they took overall, it took 5 medals, 2 gold, no silver, and 3 bronze. And the host team, which is one of the best teams out there, which I'm going to get to my thing about who they sent or what teams got sent out and stuff, was
Saudi Arabia,
France.
you talking about?
No. What do you mean, Saudi Arabia?
You said host team.
I mean, a host team for the Olympics. I mean,
Okay.
the Olympic host team. It's an Olympic year. Okay. I don't count this World Championships almost. Okay.
Wow, that's quite a statement.
I know people come after me again for that.
World Championships is nothing. Like
It's an Olympic year. It's nothing to me. It's I might get some shit for that.
some people,
But
some people will say that though. There's an asterisk, but
yeah.
yeah.
So it was France. Now France took 6 medals, but it was only 1 gold, 2 silver, and 3 bronze. So the Olympic host country, France, one of the powerhouse teams in the world, we all know how good they are, only took 5th place overall in medals. Okay?
Well, it's understandable because they're not going to send their first string. Well, Teddy went, right?
Yeah, Teddy did go, I think. But
Teddy
that's the
went.
whole thing I was talking about with other people is like, I don't mean this as a slight to anybody that's gone there. It's still World Championships. You're still going to be written down as a world champion. But it kind of seems that a lot of these major countries sent their B and C teams. Like just going through Japan, when I was going through the list for the teams of who went there, 2/3 of the people on the Japanese team don't even have a Wikipedia page. All right.
What? Who looks up? I'm going to quote Dave Roman here. If you don't look at judoinside.com, then what the hell is wrong with you? Like, no one cares about Wikipedia. It's all about whether you have a Judo Inside page.
Well, then I should check that as well too.
Philippe has a Judo Inside page. Did you know that?
Yeah, of course he does.
Yeah, but it's missing some of his tournaments. So I need to ask him about that. But
all right, so that was the overall individual. So let's go to the mixed team challenge now. So that's the mixed teams is like they go 3 guys, 3 girls. So they go head to head and to see who took first place. So the first place team in mixed teams, of course, was Japan, sending their BC team. Okay. Now in second place, who do you think took second place? Do you know who took second place?
Say that again. Was it Korea?
Nope.
France, right?
Yes, it was France.
Yeah.
So even with France with sending their second string or guys that may not be going to the Olympics, still took second place in the mixed team challenge.
Yeah,
which is great. All right. And cool thing about that is that I'll get to it right now. But so the third place teams was Georgia and Italy. Now, Georgia and Italy were in the same bracket as France. So guess who beat Georgia and Italy in that bracket?
But there's 4 teams per bracket, right?
Yeah. Sure. I'm going to tell you. So France beat both of the third place teams.
Okay. Yeah. All right.
France knocked both of the third place teams
I thought into the third place
bracket.
I'm like, who's the 4th country? I'm trying to think.
Who's the 4th country? But in the finals of the mixed team challenge, Japan took it 4-1. So that was kind of cool. And like I said, like it's just crazy when I was looking who was there, who was competing, who was taking place and stuff. And it was just like, I'm not saying it was like a terrible tournament. I'm just a lot of names you wouldn't recognize. Like this, if you're always on the cusp of getting a medal or placing the world or something, this was your year. Because like I said, a lot of teams didn't send their A players because we're less than 50 days away to the Olympics. So you're going to send your best players, except for Canada, are we going to send our best players to this tournament to possibly get hurt fighting for world championships when the Olympic champion means a little bit more? So that's just my opinion. So Anthony, what do you think of the world championships this year?
I didn't watch it that much, honestly, because I had a lot going on. I already mentioned it. But I watched mostly on the days that because I wasn't able to sleep, but I was watching basically the earlier, like first 2 days. So the thing that surprised me the most was Nagayama Ryuji Nagayama. By the way, last episode I said not Nagayama, but I actually meant Nagase, by the way. But Ryuji, this time I'm actually talking about Nagayama. He got knocked out in the first round. So hopefully it's like a nerves kind of thing, and he's not going to do that in the Olympics. He's also one of my favorite judokas. So really surprised that they got knocked down in the first round. The main thing I didn't really watch for the only reason I tuned in was because I want to know whether Krista Taguchi is going to the Olympics or not. She
Hmm.
deserves it. I still think it's ridiculous that they made both of them fight in the World Championships for the spot when it's people disagree, but I think it was kind of clear who even in the last Olympics, it was kind of clear who would have been a better choice in my opinion. And
Hmm.
um, with that said, obviously I thought Kristen Gucci was always going to be the correct choice, and I'm glad that she's going. But Jessica Klimkate got fucked over. Like that throw that I forgot the Korean's name, but was it Mimi Huh? Is that her
I
name?
can't remember. She's the one that took first, right?
Yeah, maybe it's her, but
Yeah.
it's the Korean judoka who took first. The throw that she did to Klimkate was not a Wazari. But at the same time, I guess a lot of those kind of drop throws that Klimkate does aren't Wazaris either, and she gets away with it a lot. So
Yeah.
maybe it's karma, I don't know. But um that's how I feel. She kind of got screwed over by a bad call. Um and I would have liked to see a Klimkate versus Deguchi final to
Hmm.
see who would have went.
Well,
And
even with
when I say that, I mean like with good calls, not with
yeah.
a biased Shido never calling false attack
Hmm.
kind of
Well,
calls.
it's going to
So
be like we're not shitting on the Korean player or nothing. She's very good and stuff. I'm happy for her getting a
I'm
world
shitting on her.
championships. But what I'm going to say is that I'm not just piling on her because also her match with the Gucci for gold, she won by Shidos, and it was kind of the last Shido I think was it the last one? I remember some of the Shidos that she was like
It's
the Shidos that she
basically
was
what
getting.
just
I wasn't
it,
like
it
these are great Shidos or great calls. I like
yeah.
these are BS in my opinion.
I will say basically Klimkate got a taste of her own medicine. That's how I would
Yeah,
summarize it.
yeah.
Oh,
And who wants to be a world
um,
champion off Shidos? Like, come on, come on.
they, I maybe not us, but I think for the people at that level, a win's a win.
Yeah.
So
Hey, world champions, world
understandable.
championships.
And now I'm banned from Korea, but no,
Welcome you, North Korea, though.
yeah. So that's my opinion of what happened.
Uh-huh.
Overall, I think the calls are okay, they weren't terrible. Uh, I will say, okay, I'm not going to get into it, but I'll just summarize by I wasn't too happy with the commentating.
Mm,
Um, I don't think it was bad, but it
hmm.
wasn't great either. It was forgettable is how I would describe it, I guess.
Mm.
There's
You know
one thing I wanted.
they
Who?
should hire Tatami Talk.
Well, I don't think I have that correct voice for it. So,
uh,
um, funny enough, I think Shintaro is doing a really good job. The little
okay.
bit that I listened to, I think Shintaro is doing a great job. Um, maybe he'll be the next voice of judo.
Hmm. Interesting.
Yeah,
Interesting. Hmm.
can't beat that British accent, but maybe.
Yeah, Neil Adams is the best though, man. Neil Adams just he got it down. All right. Can't be Neil Adams.
Yeah, yeah. So one thing this is the first time I'm watching the live stream with my what do you call it? My subscription expired,
Hmm.
right?
Yeah.
Because ever since my Blue Lion thing expired, I didn't
You didn't try it.
renew it. I'm not paying $100 to watch bad reffing.
Uh-huh.
Like so that was basically what I was saying. I don't mind paying $100 a year to watch bad reffing. I would pay
Mm,
the same like $60 that I paid last time, but I wouldn't pay $100 for it. So this is my first time watching the live stream with ads, and I
yeah.
was trying to understand what people were complaining about. Because when they first started the ad thing, people were like, "Dude, the ads are too much. It's like covering the whole freaking screen and everything."
Hmm.
So I actually got to see it. It's pretty intense. Like it's covering,
Yeah.
I will say 40% of the screen. I will say 40%. It is
Hmm.
40%. Not like not like divide the screen in half 40% and 60%, but like
Yeah.
bits and
It's like a
chunks
big
with
block on
cutout. Yeah.
top, a smaller block on bottom that would change every now and then. But it is here's one thing that when last time I watched it, I will say this. When I watched it in mini form, yeah, it blocked like a shitload of the screen. But when I blew it up to full
Mhm.
screen, and like the ratio didn't change correctly, so the ads got smaller and the
Mhm.
picture got bigger. So I will say that was good, but I don't know what that is exactly. You tell me, computer guy.
Yeah. But I don't know because there were people were people on Reddit were praising the web app and the website, and honestly, I don't know why they're praising it. It's pretty bad. Like, um, it works, but it's bad. So it's
Mhm.
better than it doesn't work, right? That's that says a lot. The fact that it just works is already good. Because
It's a
live
low
streaming
bar. It's
video,
a very low bar, Anthony. Come on.
well, live streaming video is hard to do and it's expensive to do, like from a tech standpoint. So I understand, but still, it's not the best experience. I want to get back to the ads. So the ads were covering
Yes, yes,
40%
yes.
of the screen. People were not exaggerating. At first, I thought they were exaggerating because I'm thinking of it like covering half the screen like this, and then the
Hmm.
other half. But it's more like you're looking through a telescope like that, and the action's like in the middle, and you get all these things on the side
Yeah.
like limiting your view. So it was more like that. It didn't make the fights unwatchable. So was it pleasant? No, but it was not unwatchable. But here's the funny thing, because this is just my hypothesis, but those kind of people that complain about ads like that mostly weren't gonna buy it in the first place.
Hmm.
Like,
Hey, you leave us alone, all right?
yeah, if they wouldn't have bought it in the first place. And those are probably the same type of people that watch illegal UFC streams. Do you know what I'm talking about?
I have no idea what you're talking about, Anthony. Are there illegal UFC streams? How does that work? I don't know. What does that mean?
I don't know.
Can you
Ask
do
that
that?
guy from
Is
Joe
that a
Rogan that
possible?
ruined it for everyone.
Is that possible? I don't think that's possible. No,
Okay,
no.
but if you've ever watched those streams, hypothetically, if you know what I'm talking about, those all those like viruses and pop-up ads and all that kind of stuff are
Hmm.
basically worse than this, I think, in my opinion. Like once in a while, it'll pop up this like ad, and then when you click on it, the X button to try and exit out, it'll pop up a window and all that kind of stuff. So
Yeah.
I don't think this is as bad as that. So these are the type of people that will do anything to watch an illegal stream. But as long as they keep clicking on that stuff to watch like 10 seconds of I wouldn't say 10 seconds, but 10 minutes of ad free and then like another ad. I'd much rather watch this than if you go on YouTube or Twitch or whatever, and like you're just watching it, suddenly cuts it off and you plays an ad and you miss the whole thing.
Hmm.
I'd much rather watch what the IGF's providing now than a forced ad like that. So that's my opinion
Okay.
on the ads for my experience.
So that was World Championships. Hope you guys enjoyed them. It was a really interesting tournament. Like I said, a lot of people you didn't expect to placed. A lot of people that you would normally see at these tournaments didn't go because of the Olympics. Well, with the Olympics coming, like I said, it's less than 50 days away. And with that, is it the US or the IGF that announces who qualifies, Anthony?
The US announced it. Yeah,
Yeah, the US announced
yeah.
it, but does like the IGF like first say these are people that qualified, or
I don't
does
know.
just all
The
right?
IGF probably just lets them know they qualified, like, but they don't announce it.
Well, for us, we found out through the USA Judo app
Yeah,
app website and stuff. We found
yeah. I was
out
gonna say,
who
speaking of bad
qualified.
websites, look at the IGF website. That's a bad website.
God, we are never going to get sponsorships. We are never going to make money off this. But like I said, people love us because we're honest this way. So the U.S. announced the four
I'll
members
have
of the
something to say to that, so I'll let you continue.
the four members of the USA national team that qualified for the Olympics. We had four members, two guys, two
Mhm.
gals, and we also had two members of the Paralympic team qualify. So Anthony, who qualified for the Olympic team?
Uh, let, I want to start with the Paralympic team.
All right, let's go
Um,
with the Paralympic team.
just because I think they just okay, I'm not going to say anything that gets them in trouble, but
You already
they
do.
they all right, I'll just leave it at that. All right. So I'll just start it with a Paralympic team because I liked them because they were on Tatami Talk, all right? Okay,
Mhm.
so Liana Moutier, our old guest, our old friend, she qualified, and Cristela Garcia. So both of them
Mhm.
qualified for the Paris Paralympics. Um, they both medaled and placed on like the World Championships and have been kicking ass like the whole year,
Mhm.
basically. The whole Olympic cycle. Um,
Mhm.
so well deserved, and um, I honestly think there's not enough people that watch the Paralympics, so I honestly think people need to start watching and pay attention anymore. That's
Mhm.
probably one of the reasons why they reduced the weight classes and um reduce the weight classes and the the blind categories.
Mhm.
So hopefully they would undo that because I was just watching some documentary the other day where they interviewed this Japanese Paralympian who's like doing really well until they reduce weight classes, and he's basically fighting up two categories.
Mm.
So because of the new weight class,
Yeah.
so it's ridiculous how um that's happening. But anyway,
Well,
yeah, that's
some interest.
man.
So with
But
that one, Miss Mutia has been on our show before, friend of the channel. This will be her second Olympics she's going to, or second Paralympics she's going to, which
mhm,
is great for her. And then Miss Garcia, this will be her third Olympics she's going to, which is also really cool. They're multi-time Olympians. Here's my question for you because I couldn't figure it out.
mhm.
So Mutia, so the last time she fought in Japan, she fought at 63 kilos.
Yep,
At this Olympics, is she fighting 57 kilos? Do you know? I think she's fighting
probably.
57, but I'm not sure.
Yeah. I'm not sure. I think you're right. Uh,
Yeah.
we need to have her on again. I'm trying to see here,
So
but
she's going down in weight class. I hope she medals. I hope she
let's
gets on a
see.
podium. We're
Yeah.
proud of her. She's doing a great job. I'm actually proud of both of them going out there and representing the US. It's great for them. And Miss Garcia is just like, this is her third
hmm
Olympics. That's awesome. Third Olympics. And she
Yeah.
trains out of Sacramento, I mean. Sorry, too
Oh,
much.
I didn't know that. I knew Liana trains out of somewhere in Pennsylvania, I think,
Yeah.
or yeah, Pennsylvania. I don't know. I didn't know where Garcia trains out of. I didn't know she trains out of Sacramento. That's cool.
Yeah. When I looked it up, that says she trained out there, but I don't know if she actually does. Because sometimes you'll say your home JoJo's here, but
hmm
you train somewhere else part time or whatever. But
Yeah.
that'd be kind of cool. She's a Bay Area
Yeah.
person, or at least California person. People might get
hmm
mad if I say that. So,
Yep.
who are the four members of the U.S.
Excuse me.
team going to the Olympics?
So Maria Laborde, I
Mm-hmm.
hopefully I'm not butchering their name. Angelica Delgado, Jack
Mm-hmm.
Yonazuka, and John Jane. Every time
All
I look
right.
at John Jane's photo, I'm looking at it right now. Every time I look at John Jane's photo on
Yeah.
USA Judo, it looks nothing like what he does when he competes. Because I think he has a mullet and
The
everything. And
multitude. I was going to tell you the multitude right now that he
yeah,
has, that multitude he got.
yeah,
So let's talk about a little about each player. So with Maria, she has a really cool story because just a little backstory on her. She originally fought for Cuba, came to the US, got her citizenship. Soon she became a citizen, got on US team, and now she's going to Olympics for the
hmm
US. So that's cool as to me. Going from the Cuban team, migrating here, you have to take all that time off to get your citizenship, and you're still going to go to the Olympics for us. That's just great.
yeah.
That's really cool. Was that there was something else I was going to say about her? No, that's pretty much it that I wrote down about her. And then with Delgado, so this is kind of interesting right there. Just give me this. Okay, give me this. So our two ladies on the going to Olympics are both Cubanos. All right.
hmm
We got two Latinos representing the Team USA are out there. Okay. Oye, way. Okay. And this will actually be her third Olympics as well. So she's gone to three now in a row, which is really cool for her. You know, hope she does well. Just, our best wishes go out to them. Now, with Jack, this is interesting for him, in my opinion, because he's moving up from like he was still doing juniors last year, wasn't he? I think.
I believe so. Yeah,
Yeah. So he was still doing juniors last year, comes to the seniors,
yeah. He got
qualifies.
bronze. I remember at Junior Worlds.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too.
Yeah.
Like, so just last year he's doing juniors. Now he's qualified for the Olympics. Is this like his first Olympic cycle? I don't know.
Yeah.
I think so and stuff. Yeah. So that's just a huge weight. Like it seems like it's gonna be a huge weight on, but this is just a great accomplishment, I think, also for him,
hmm
from last year going to juniors to now his first year, the senior going to Olympics. That's great for him. And then with John, just gotta get that multitude out there, man. Just gotta rock that multitude. All right. Just go out there and fight. 90 kilos, bro. Let's do this. All right. That's my little take on everybody, little funny thing. So what do you think of
Yeah.
everybody going out there? What do you think of their what's your expectations for Team USA?
Back, what? Just back up because I forgot. I said I had something to say about what you were talking about.
Which one? I talk about a lot of
No, just now. I'm trying to
all right.
remember.
What
Man,
the
I'm gonna have to
multitude?
cut it out. No, it's fine. I'll probably remember it later. But
All right.
I I don't know. I just have not been keeping track Angela Delgado qualifies to everything, so
Yeah,
not
like I
surprised to
said, this
see
is her
her
third
again.
Olympics.
Yeah.
You know,
Um, I overall, I think you have a better picture than I do. I mean, Jackie Onizuka, I always thought he was like qualified already, but then I was watching his dad's interview with Shintaro, and it
hmm
seemed like he was like unsure. He was cutting close. He wanted to go to a few more competitions to get more
yeah,
points. But I was
hmm
like, wow, he was doing pretty good and still has. So I guess I don't understand the Olympic qualification points as much as I thought I would. Or at
Well,
the
for
very least,
me,
I think I understand it, but I don't keep track of how
yeah.
many points people get at each
Well, to me,
tournament.
that's why it was surprising when I saw his name come up because I was like,
Yeah.
wasn't he still a junior just last year? So you tell me that in 1 year, like from last year to
Yeah.
this year and stuff, he's got enough points to go to the Olympics. Like
That's probably
that's
it. He was
great,
probably competing in juniors, and then I just thought of those accomplishments as the same as a senior level. That's probably what I was
Mhm.
missing on. But yeah, I don't know. You know how we talked about what I think of the Olympics already, and the other day I was just
Mhm.
looking at whether the NBC Peacock will
Oh,
cover judo again.
yeah.
So I'm gonna say it right now. I checked the other day. They said they will cover all Olympic events, and
Yeah.
let's see if they bait and switch me again this time.
Oh, you're gonna pay for it?
So, well, I found out my credit card has credit, so I get it for free. So
Oh, all right.
I'm gonna do it again, but it's still giving me the money. It's not my money, but like the credit card
I was think
indirectly giving the money.
I will admit to myself, I was thinking of buying it that month because right now they have a deal that it's a really pretty decent discount.
Mhm.
But to me, there's just not enough stuff on Peacock for me to pay for Peacock. Peacock doesn't
Yeah,
have enough things on there
I
for me
mean,
to watch.
I get it for free, but I don't even pay for it because I just don't watch TV. So,
And look at that, we're gonna get it. We're gonna pay for it, download the app, do all this stuff, and then be like, "Oh, sorry, you have to go to the Peacock website to watch judo again." Our bad. We're not carrying any combat sports again this time. Because it's not just
yeah,
us. It's not just judo. It's taekwondo, karate. I don't know if they're having karate this year, actually. It's wrestling,
probably not.
fencing, Greco. It's like they put all that stuff on the website. It's like, I don't just want to see running and swimming. I'm sorry. I'm not just into that, you know?
Yeah, pretty. I don't know. I'm gonna be more prepared this year and try and get uh DP like some sort of way to actually view it outside of the US, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Um, because I want to watch the Japanese coverage.
Mm.
I don't have much faith in the American coverage of judo, so I'm just gonna try and watch the Japanese coverage. They have all these better infographics and just stuff in general, and the
Mm-hmm.
commentators are much more exciting. So I'm gonna try and do that and figure out how to do that. But I'll ask my Japanese friends. Yeah.
Pirate right here. Look at this guy. Look at this guy right here. How dare you support an American company to watch American judo? All right. But yeah, so we had four qualify for the Olympics on the Olympic team. We had
Mhm.
two qualify for the Paralympic team. We wish them all luck. Hey, I'm just gonna put this out there. All right. After the Olympics, if any of y'all want to come on the show and talk with us and stuff, feel free. Come, we'll have a nice discussion and stuff. No, it's what is it? No pressure. Just go out, do your best, all right, guys, and then come on the show with a medal, please.
Oh, we were talking about sponsorships. That's what we're talking, huh?
Oh yeah, do we
That's
get
interesting.
one? Did someone email you?
No,
Is that one
I
of your
was gonna
BS ones?
say the podcast has saw a lot of growth, especially it wasn't there initially, but a lot of people liked our Robert Erickson interview, and
Mm-hmm.
now I think it's slowly starting to. I wouldn't say it's going viral, but it's starting to spread more.
Mm.
The the one with Sweet Science of Fighting.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, those two episodes did really well. While I was here, multiple people came up to me from BJJ clubs and judo clubs. Like they're like, "Hey, I listened to that interview. It was great." Like I actually started looking into stuff like that. And then I'm in the Discord for the Sweet Science Fighting because I paid for their membership, and a couple of
Mm-hmm.
people joined and were like, "Oh yeah, I listened to the podcast and was into it." So, um, with that said, we also got a lot more. I don't want to say hate mail, but like criticisms on comment YouTube comments and stuff on the
Nice.
shorts. So that
Nice.
I as I've said before, like that just means we're reaching more audience, more people,
Hmm.
right? And we started getting some, I don't want to say scams, but starting getting a lot of emails on people wanting to do like brand ambassador stuff and
Hmm.
have us like sell supplements and all that kind of stuff. And I already rejected it outright because it will be really hypocritical of us to talk about the contaminated supplements with
And he sponsor
with
one
yeah, and get sponsored by these
because
unknown
blah blah
companies.
blah is clean, 100% natural, and we know
Yeah.
there's no
Yeah,
contamination in
so
this.
we're getting a lot of these like supplements and like sports
uh,
betting sites and stuff. So
yeah,
it's I mean, we're not getting paid still because I'm rejecting them, but it's still
yeah.
good to know that we're starting to grow in that aspect. But I did get an email from another special guest that we might have
Ooh,
on that wanted to do an interview. So
it's so special. He
um
hasn't even told me.
I told you. I sent you
Oh,
a
so when you
message.
okay, okay, that one.
Yeah.
All right. I
Yeah.
thought someone was someone super special,
Yeah,
special guest.
I just have to think about what to ask because he's been in so many podcasts that
Mm,
I'm like, what else am I going to ask him? That's what I'm thinking. So I need to really think about what we're going to ask him.
yeah, I got some fun questions to ask him. I always got some good
Yeah,
fun questions to ask people.
yeah. The good feedback I got from the Robert Erickson podcast was basically like you asked a lot of questions that weren't answered or asked in other podcasts. So
Mhm.
that was really good. I spent a lot of time writing up those questions. So I had more, but we ran out of time because he had a hard stop. But maybe
Yeah, I'm
we can get
sorry.
Robert
I'm
Erickson
sorry.
back on. Yeah. Anyway, that was what I was going to do talk about. It's about regarding our growth and potential sponsorships. So,
All right. So, in other news, so locally here in the US, we just had the USA Nationals and the Golden State Open. They're
mhm.
having the same weekend here in sunny, beautiful Southern California, actually inland. Actually, it was in Inland Empire, but we still call it sunny, beautiful California. All right. And that's Southern California, Los Angeles County. So we had that here. Anthony wasn't there, so I was coaching by my. It was me and Philippe were coaching for the most part. And the second day, we had Matthew help us, we had Scotty help
Mhm.
us, and it was a really cool, fun tournament. So I just want to talk just a little bit about my experience at the tournament this year, how it went, and some of the
Yeah.
refing things.
I'm sad
So
I couldn't be there, really.
yeah,
Like, yeah.
so one of the first things I want to talk about is that actually one of our students brought this up to me, and one of our students came and watched the match. We were watching match, and they had a lot of questions about like why are people doing like this, why are people fighting like this, and I was telling them. So a lot of people were squatting down a lot, hips away, and a lot of people I've noticed are fighting. And this is
Oh,
the national championships. This is on Saturday. I noticed a lot of people are fighting very, very defensive judo. It seemed like everybody was fighting not to lose because I guess everybody want the national championships for that sponsor
mhm.
money, that up to $15,000 sponsorship money they wanted. So I
Mhm.
noticed that a lot of people were fighting very, very defensively, which was making some ugly judo. You weren't seeing big throws. You weren't seeing really good techniques or anything, like kind of sloppy roll
Yeah.
down, a lot of wazatis, which I was a little upset about because I had a student come and watch, and it was very ugly. But I get it. No one wanted to lose. Everyone wants a everyone wants a world championship. Everyone wanted that national title. So I was a little bit sad about that. The second thing that was very interesting to me is so normally for adults, you're allowed to do pins and chokes in novice division. So we had a couple of people fighting novice division. That's actually pretty
That's
fun.
what I was going to talk about.
Yeah.
I read the rules. I'm just like, why?
Yeah. So apparently for the adults, even in the novice divisions, usually just for kids, sometimes I accept this, no problem.
Mhm.
But for the adults, it's kind of weird. You can only pin in novice adult division. There was no arm bars, of course, no problem with that, but there's
Mhm.
no chokes at all. And the way I found this out is that one of our players were fighting, and a guy was trying to choke him in like a rolling kurajime, and a side person goes like, "No chokes, no chokes, no chokes." You're yelling really loud, "No chokes!" And I go like, "Yeah, no chokes, no chokes too." I'm like, "Yeah, no chokes." The ref's like,
Yeah.
"Oh, stop, 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 mate, 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 mate." And they go to the side refs, they're talking, and they come over here and they're like, "Yeah, yeah." So novice, no chokes, guys. Okay, remember that. I'm just like, yeah, yeah, I remember that. No choke. When did that happen? I did not notice this in the rule. My bad. And it's like because Philippe had the same thing happen to him as well, where one of our players choked somebody, and it was like it wasn't even, they got a Shido, I think, when they choked somebody,
Mhm.
and I was like, they
Yeah.
didn't get like a stop, a
Better
mate,
that
a
than
warning.
Hansakamake, right?
Yeah, and I was like, oh man, so that's kind of very weird. I didn't understand why they did that for adults. But that was kind of, it was something that we had to keep telling all of our players that are fighting in novice divisions. No chokes. Do not choke. Do not choke. Which sucked for one of our female players because that's what she does. You know, if
Yeah.
she messes up a throw, she goes in. We practice all the time with her. She goes in a rolling kudajime. You know, if someone messes a throw on her, drops down, rolling kudajime right away. So she was a little bit like, "What do I do now? Oh my God, they're on the floor.
Yeah.
How do I turn somebody over? I totally forgot how to turn somebody over."
Yeah. On
But
one hand,
she still did very well.
yeah, I don't know why they did that.
Yeah,
I noticed it when I was going through the rules, and yeah, why? Like,
yeah. Well, it's like
I'm
how
flabbergasted.
it was like almost like 10 years ago, Naka did this weird rule for a year where
But
all
that's
girls,
Nanka. That's
no,
Nanka though.
no, I'm saying like it's like how Naka for 1 year did this really
But
weird
this
thing
is
where
USA
rules.
Nationals.
Let me finish, Anthony, please. Don't make me come over there. I will drive all the way over there and I will find you. I have a certain set of skills that make life very hard
All
in
right,
real
all
life.
right.
So
Yeah.
Naka, like 10 years ago, we talked about this before, said that ladies could not armbar. Even brown belt ladies could not armbar for some weird reason. It didn't apply to the men, but ladies couldn't armbar, and no one understood why. Okay, and they got rid of that. But it's just one of those weird rules that come up every now and then. They'll try something out of tournament, and no one can understand why. We should get Gary Takamoto on here and ask him why they did it.
Oh, I know why. I'm not going to talk about it, but
Okay.
yeah. But no, the I kind of understood. Well, okay, I don't know why. That's the answer. I don't know why, but personally, I have mixed feelings about it because on one hand, judo's judo, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you should you should just do judo. That which is the
Mm-hmm.
whole the arm. We talked about how arm bar should be allowed for adult novices now
Mm-hmm.
because we talked about it before. I'm not going to go into it again. Um, but on the other hand, there's a lot of like especially recently, there's a lot of BJJ people that cross train in judo now,
Mm-hmm.
and on one hand, you can say like, oh, they don't want BJJ people winning these judo tournaments. You can like interpret it that way. But we have a couple of students that are from BJJ, and they've been just like winning every tournament by either countering, so they don't attack actively, just wait for a counter, which works really well in novice. Um, for those who don't know what I'm talking about, think about all the times you see novice tournaments where someone comes in for a turn throw and the other guy just like Uranages or Tanya Toshi like
Mm-hmm.
and wins. Like you'll see that a lot in the novice division. So they either win by that or strangulation, right? Like on the
Mm-hmm.
floor. And not very often pins. Like it happens, but it's not very often. So I could we talked about this. Like we're at this point, like, okay, he's winning all the matches, but I've never seen him throw anyone before at a tournament. Like, do we give him a brown belt just for being able to like do Newaza only? Like that's this is it's a rhetorical question. It's a philosophical question, right? It's
Mm-hmm.
not there's no right or wrong answer, I think. I don't know where I stand on this. So do we give him a brown belt for just doing BJJ and judo, basically?
Mm-hmm.
Or do we find like I want to see him throw someone in a tournament like
Mm-hmm.
so I personally would think like okay you need to throw someone in a tournament at least twice before I'm going to give you a brown belt so I'm kind of conflicted in that end probably going to get a lot of comments about this but um that's how I feel about that rule um why they did it I don't know who
Yeah.
knows same
But
reason why a lot of USA Judo does a lot of things
yeah. But other than that, I think the tournament was run very well. It was at the Ontario Convention Center, the way they set up the railings and stuff to keep people away from the mat. Because
Yeah,
sometimes you get these
how was the
tournaments.
venue? Because that's the first time we're doing the stuff there.
It was like I said, it was much nicer than just going to Azusa Pacific because Azusa Pacific, like they
Oh, it's
try to keep
nicer
the
than Zusa, huh?
well, to me, it was better. It was so remember how we went to nationals in Vegas? It was very
Hmm.
similar to that, except instead of just having open area, they had a guardrail around the mat
Yeah,
area to keep people
because
outside. So
Azusa
when
did to
you,
keep telling people not to lean on the glass
yeah, and
things,
what's
and I'm just
also
like,
is
why don't
that
you guys just reinforce it better?
true. Can you imagine if someone falls from there one day? That'd be
Yeah.
crazy.
Oh,
But the problem with the Zeus is sometimes that you get some parents and then family and friends that all want to come down to the bowl and watch, and they get super crowded. And you get these parents that have hissy fits because, oh, well, I'm not going to let my son or daughter go down there by themselves and not, and just who knows what's going to happen to them.
I
and you
think
get
that's good. That's a good thing about Azusa is because it's elevated and you can't get down below unless you're a competitor, then you don't
that's how it's
have these
supposed to be.
parents. Yeah, but they don't have these
Yeah,
parents going in there. So that's a good thing about
dude,
Azusa.
I see parents there all the time with their kids crowding that space.
Downstairs?
Yeah,
No, not me.
I see it all the time with all these parents and stuff. So the thing about the guardrails is that the guardrails nice can give you space that only the
hmm
coaches and the fighters can be in that area. You know,
Yeah.
now the area where the stands were, yeah, it was a little bit more crowded when on the other side where there's more just chairs sitting down. The sit down chairs area was. So I will say it got a little crowded at the entrance sometimes. But at least when you're at the fighting area, you don't have a parent right next to you in your ear screaming
So
right next to
I'll
you.
ask you this.
Yeah.
The thing that sucks about Zusa, I think, is the
Mm-hmm.
parking. Because they
Yeah.
always hold multiple events. It's not that they don't have the parking spots, it's just they hold multiple events in the same area at the same time, so there's
Yeah.
not enough parking spots. Um, so how is the parking in Ontario?
All right. So this is where I show my this is how I show my cheapskate I am. So the day of weigh-ins, they weren't enforcing parking, they're saying. You can go,
Mhm,
if you're just going to weigh-in, you just go parking real quick and leave. So because I know that place, because my friend goes to convention there every year and I go visit her, we go out to dinner and stuff
mhm,
afterwards. So I know that convention place. Their parking lot isn't huge, but they have hotels right there, a lot of hotels near. So they're charging for parking. Okay. So when they're charging you for the park inside there, I think it was like $15 to park inside the venue.
mhm.
Then they're charging you if you're not an athlete, you're not a coach. I can't remember. I think it's like another 15 just to go inside and watch the matches. So
$30.
with a 30?
Well, you said
Oh yeah, yeah,
15 for
15 and
parking and
15.
15
Yeah.
for
So it's already
yeah.
$30 right there. Okay. Me, since I know the area, I knew if I got there early, I know there's a few street areas around there where you can park no problem. Okay. So that's what I did. I found the street area where I live park at, and I parked there for free. I don't mind walking half a block to get over there. It doesn't
Mhm,
bother me. I know some people don't like it. A lot of hotels had up signs saying like hotel parking only, but I knew people were parking at the hotels also, parking the cars there and leaving because someone
mhm.
one guy said, oh, how do you know I'm not gonna stay at the hotel? I don't know, like whatever you're gonna
Because they
say,
give
you
you a
know.
pass.
I know. Okay, I even had one of our own members, but he was gonna hear this, parked at the business. There's like a little business place next door, like a little
Mhm.
office building. He's like, how do you know I'm not here for an office meeting or something? I'm not working. So yeah, so I just parked over there today. I'm like, hey, dude, as long as you don't get a ticket, I don't get a phone call from you be like, hey, can I get a ride back to LA? I don't care. All right. So yeah, they're charging for parking 15. They're charging to get in and stuff. And okay, this is kind of funny. So day one, so the first day of US Nationals, I see them setting up like this banquet area. I'm like, oh, they're having the banquet after nationals. That's what it's setting up for.
Mhm.
No, I find out as I'm leaving, someone's having their wedding and wedding party at the convention center.
Oh my God.
So across the hall, so you have the tournament, the venues like it's not the venue, but the tournament's like award area. They have some stuff they're selling there because
Mhm.
Fuji was there. They had a mat guy there. They had this rope thing there where you can buy. They had that, and then right next to there is a people having their wedding and wedding party at the convention center. I don't know why you want to get married at a convention center. Please, someone tell me why you want to get married at a convention center in Ontario. All right, but that's hey, whatever. It looked lovely to me. All right.
It's probably cheap. That's probably why USA Judo went all the way out there.
Right next to us, apparently there was a shoe convention happening in the convention hall next to us, which someone told me about. They thought that it was our the shop area, you know,
Mhm.
where they had all the like
Sell the
geese on
geese
stuff.
and stuff.
So they
Yeah.
tried to go inside there and told them like, oh no, this is for this shoe something convention happening. They're like, oh, so they have a shoe convention, a judo tournament, a judo shop area, and a wedding happening all in this convention center the same day.
So back to my question. How was there good enough parking? Or you don't know because you didn't pay?
I didn't pay. I did street parking.
All
I
right.
assume it would be enough parking for people, even because
So if
they had like three things going on.
you guys are listening to please leave in the comments if you went there and had to park. You see, $15 to go in to spectate and $15 to park. That's something I would do if it was in the LA Convention Center.
Mhm.
I wouldn't pay for that if I had to drive all the way out to Ontario.
Like I understand it was I think it was Grows Gym was sponsoring them and they're out there and stuff. That's how they do their stuff. But I'm like, man, why are you having all the I guess yes, there's only thing like price,
It's
there's this, like
Ontario. Why should I be
yeah,
paying for parking in the first place?
yeah. Why am I going all the way to Ontario? Right?
That's like going to Death Valley and then like having to pay for parking.
Hmm.
Maybe they do, I don't
Like,
know. But
why
like
didn't they have it at LA Convention Center? Why didn't they have it in
well, because it's expensive. But I'm just saying those
exactly? Yeah.
prices are what I would pay for LA Convention Center. That's how much I paid to get into, man, what was that convention? PAX?
Hmm.
That's how much I paid for parking for PAX in San Antonio.
Yeah.
So I don't know. That's just a lot of money. But
Other than that, like I said, the tournament was run very well. There was 8 mats, which was nice. You're pretty close to fighting at your fight time, and we had some members that were supposed to fight like 8 p.m. on
mhm.
Saturday, and their stuff got moved up like at 4 or 5. So I want
So
to say,
wow, they
yeah.
fucked that up again, huh?
Well, apparently, apparently, some people like one of our players had I got was it Saturday or was it Sunday? Whatever. One of our players, because stuff was getting moved up. You never know when stuff's gonna happen. Got moved up. That 2 people in his division didn't show up
Yeah,
because of stuff
like
getting moved up earlier.
if I woke up in the morning and it, or even in the afternoon and it says 8 p.m., I'm gonna show up at 6 or 5.
Yeah,
If you move it up to 4, I'm just gonna be like, well, that's yeah, chart time to
that's it.
charge back the credit card.
Cancellation charge right here. Yeah, I never paid for this judo thing. What is that?
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I think it
Uh,
was a very well run tournament. I liked the way the format was. It's funny seeing Golden State Open go from being like a really big, decent sized tournament to going to like becoming a really small one for a little while. Because remember, it was before
mhm.
you even moved out of LA. It was like at the Ontario Convention Center, not convention. It was at
Yeah.
Fairplex. When I first started going to, it was at
Yeah, I
Fairplex.
remember.
It was like 4 or 6 mats. I can't remember, but it was like pretty decent.
Yeah.
Then it became smaller. It went to a high school. It became like six. It was again 6 to 4 mats again.
Mhm.
Stay at the high school became 4 mats, and like the past few years been growing again. To where last year it was at Azusa. It was 6 mats. Was it 6 mats at Azusa? Yeah, it was 6 mats at Azusa.
Yeah.
And then this year at the Ontario Convention Center with 8 mats. So it was really cool seeing that just grow and get bigger and bigger.
Yeah.
Oh, and shout out to Kamikaze Judo. I can't remember your name, son, but thank you for saying hi to me.
Yeah.
Actually, you said hi to Anthony as well, and hi to me.
Yeah.
And thank you for
At
arm barring
Taishi.
our
Yeah.
guy. Thank you for arm barring Matt. And congratulations on first place.
Yep. Yeah. So I mean, I didn't even bother asking Philippe about whether he saw good judo or not, because
Mhm.
usually when he gets excited when he goes to a tournament and he sees a lot of good judo. It doesn't even have to be from his own players.
Yeah.
He would just be like, ah, that was a great tournament. Like it was well run, good judo, and he would say that. But this time he was like in a bad mood. So I was
Oh.
just like, I'm like, man, probably people were just dropping on their knees the whole time. So I
Well, like I
was
said,
thinking,
I would say there was better judo at Golden State Open on Sunday than there was on Saturday. Because I said
mm,
Saturday, it seemed like everybody's fighting super defensively. No one wanted to lose. I know it's just because they added that little bonus of like, hey, you might get $15,000 in sponsorship money,
yeah,
or if it's just that I want a national title, so everyone's fighting super defensively. People fought much better, and it's a lot better judo on Sunday at Golden State.
yeah. I mean, again, I'm just reiterating, I'm sad I couldn't go. I mean, in hindsight, I was like, I haven't been training for like 6 months really, on and off, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I've saved myself some money, but I also wanted to just like participate because everyone was there. It was like one of the few times where we had like a team going,
Yeah, we
and
had 8 people both days.
yeah, and I wanted to try my luck to get myself a chance to go to the Veteran Worlds. I don't know if
Mm-hmm.
that's like apparently they're taking applications. I was just like, well, I haven't been competing, but here's my application. Like, wonder if they'll
Hey,
take
for
that.
Team
But
USA, they was like, "Oh, you want to go for Team USA? Yeah, okay, yeah, we'll accept. Yeah,
oh,
please, please."
I know at least 5 or 6 other people my weight category and my age that would be interested. And they have more competition. Maybe not nationals, but they've been competing more than I have been. So
Hmm.
um yeah, well, oh, who cares? Who cares? I'm gonna try my luck anyway. So yeah, seems
All
like it's
right.
another very US centric episode, but we had a British episode, European episode
Yeah, we just had
last
a very
episode.
Euro
So
episode. We started off with worlds.
yeah, so
All right.
uh I think when I'm coming back on the 15th, so I guess the next episode I'll be back. So we managed to get through this without missing an episode. So
Yeah, we ain't never gonna
yeah.
stop. All right, hell or high water, we are putting
Yeah.
something out for you, the fans out there, something to listen to when you work
Yeah.
out, do judo, hopefully make you laugh a little bit, something like make you cry. But we'll be here.
All right.
All right,
So
Anthony, is there anything
I
else
don't
you want
think
to
I
talk
have anything
about?
else. Nope. I think
No.
that's a good episode to do. Like we said last episode, it's probably going to be us shooting shit for like 2 hours or something. That's so I'll see how I'm going to be able to edit this. Hopefully on a new laptop.
Ooh, fancy.
Yeah.
All right. So with that, thank you. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe. You can follow us on Instagram at Tatami Talk. You can follow me on Instagram at _1. You can follow Anthony on Instagram at Anthony Throws. You want to send us any messages, emails, things you want to talk about, things you want us to discuss. Hey, maybe you want to come on the show yourself. You can hit us at tatamitalk@gmail.com. You can also follow us on threads at Tatami Talk. And those are 3 major ones that I do that we only have because we ain't got no X, we ain't got no Facebook, we ain't got no website yet. And Anthony was thinking about doing OnlyFans, but he decided not to.
OnlyFans.
Anthony was at Show's Feet and OnlyFans. But I was like, Anthony, it's okay. You don't need to do that. All right. You don't need the money that bad. All right.
I should put the Ukemi video on there. Yeah, I need to do that. That's something I need to do when I'm back. Was the Ukemi video. Start with that. So.
All right.
All right.
So everybody, thanks for watching, and don't forget to
slap the mat and compete at the Olympics. I don't know.
Yeah, don't forget to compete at the Olympics,
Olympics is coming up.
All right.
Yeah, everyone should compete at the Olympics. Yeah.